Hey guys, it's Richard here. So today I'm at Columbia University with Charlotte, and she's gonna be giving you a campus tour of Columbia University. So I hope you guys enjoy the tour, and here comes Charlotte.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlotte and I'm excited to give you a tour of Columbia University today. So we're starting off straight at one of the most iconic statues on campus, the Thinker. It's next to Kent Hall, which is a study library, and it's also near the Philosophy Hall. So I'm excited to be giving you a tour today and show you more around campus and a lot of key spots such as Butler Library, the Law Library, as well as Uris Hall. Let's go! So welcome to Philosophy Hall. As you can tell, this is a really big building with a lot of classrooms in it, and I think also a lot of conferences get done in here. So it's a really good representation of our university and a lot of the literature and academics that we focus on. It's right in front of the Thinker statue, which is perfect. So in front of Philosophy Hall, we have the oldest building on Columbia campus. This dates back to the 1700s and it's now used as a French education building. Okay, fun fact, that building actually came before Columbia University and it was a part of the insane asylum that used to be on Columbia University grounds in New York. So, leading to the staircase, we're going now to the law portion of Columbia University. So Columbia University is really known for their law school, and they have a whole separate building attached to campus with a bridge to really give them their space in their own library and their own little area to study together. Let's go check it out. Okay, so right now it's under construction, but this is the law building. One really cool thing is that they have this insane bridge and it's connecting between the two campuses.
And that's the front entrance, isn't it?
No, so this is the Amsterdam entrance. So this is not the main entrance, but it is a very convenient entrance for people who live on the east side of campus. This connects more closely to Morningside Heights and Central Park. So yeah, it gives you a great view. Check it out.
2 hours later.
Nowadays, Low Library isn't actually used as a library. It's mainly used for administration and also exclusive events. Across from Low Library, there is another library called Butler Library, and that is the main library for students. There's 6 floors and there's a lot of study spots for group projects or also individual work and quiet spaces. Okay, so behind me is Low Library. So Low Library right now is actually not really being used as a library, but you do have access to it for certain events and also administration purposes, such as picking up your student card in orientation, which is really exciting. And there's a huge staircase leading up to the entrance of Low Library, which during the summer is honestly one of the main spots where people get together, hang out. And there's also the club fair that goes all along the bottom of these steps here, and it's a really great way to just meet some friends and create a community at Columbia. And right across from Low Library and across the Great Lawn, we get to the famous Butler Library. So Butler Library is what you see in all these Columbia videos where all the students study in the Great Hall on the 2nd floor. And it honestly is one of the nicest places to study, but it does get busy. So if you want to study, I would actually recommend the 6th floor or even the 4th floor because there's some really cute and cozy spots to get really into your work. And I find that's actually a lot more peaceful and inspiring to work on those upper floors. All right, so I wanted to jump in here really quickly to show you a zoom-in shot of Butler Library. As you can tell, it is a massive library and it serves as the primary library of Columbia University students. And right across on its right is actually Hamilton Hall, where it's actually a residential dormitory for students in their first year. And there's also the iconic Hamilton statue, which represents one of the first founding fathers of the United States. All right, let's jump right back into the tour. And then in front of Butler Library, that's often where you see the convocation. They set up major tents outside to hold everybody and to see people walk across the stage. We're gonna continue going back around and go visit Uris Hall, which is the previous business school of Columbia. Let's go check it out.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Back when I was in university, as you guys know, my desk setup was pretty much whatever I can afford. But now that I'm working in New York City as a consultant, I thought that it's time for an upgrade. And that's when Flexi reached out to me with this beautiful desk for me to try out. As a consultant, sometimes I have to work long hours, so I really wanted a desk that can support me through the long hours and long work days. And that's why I was really excited to try out this standing desk. And after using it for about a month or two, I can can tell you that it's really good. First off, setting up this desk was surprisingly easy. I built this entire thing under an hour, and out of the box, everything seemed very intuitive, which I really appreciated. It also has an electric height adjustment system right here, so I can switch from sitting to standing with just a tap, like this. Look at that. And then going down with just a tap as well, just like this. And I can't forget to mention, one of my favorite features about this desk is its built-in wireless charging system. All I have to do is just place my phone on top of this area right here, and it will start charging right away, as you can see right here. There's also a USB-C and a USB charging port right here as well, so you do have the option to charge your devices with a wire as well. And lastly, the design of this desk is really modern and clean. The bamboo desktop definitely gives a premium feeling, and the dual motor system makes it so that the movement of the desk is really quiet and smooth. Plus, it even has a drawer, which you don't usually get with a standing desk. So big shout out to Flexi Spot for sending me this desk, and if you're thinking of upgrading your desk, definitely check out Flexi Spot using the link in description. So with that, let's go right back into our video again.
Alright, so behind me is Uris Hall. So this is formerly the business school of Columbia until they moved to 130th Street up on Broadway, so not too far, but they have their own beautiful campus that's newly constructed and honestly one of a kind infrastructure because it just looks so stunning every time I walk by it. But this is the old business school, and I actually have my marketing class in here, and the classes are amazing, and there's also a food court and a library in it. Okay, so now that we saw Uris Hall, let's head out to the MUD building, which is the engineering faculty. Let's go check it out. Okay, so we made it to the MUD School of Engineering. So as you can tell, it's a more modern building, and there's always a lot of events and stuff happening inside. There's also the computer science department in here as well, and if I could go in, I'd show you, but there's also some food as well as some sitting area for students to get together and work on group projects, especially those engineering projects. You know how they can get really fun and nitty gritty, so they have all the available equipment for you inside. All right, now let's head to the physics building that's right on the other side of the engineering building is as well. Let's go. Okay, so we made it to the physics building, and this is actually also the Department of Astronomy. So as you can tell, on the very top of the building, there's actually an observatory where people can go look at the stars, and they actually hold events for students who are interested in looking around and also getting a sense of what it's like to be in the Department of Astronomy. So while we're here, you'll also notice that actually the engineering building, the applied science building, and the physics building are all connected through these bridges. And this is one of the designs that was really important for Columbia University, as a lot of these classes overlap, and we want to have an access for students to go from one building to the next. And honestly, the view up there is really nice. So now that we're at the back of Columbia University campus, we're gonna walk back towards the main area and check out Dodge Hall, as well as the mathematics department and Lewison Hall. So now we've arrived at Dodge Hall, and this is actually one of the coolest buildings because it's underground. So because Columbia University is actually elevated, this goes down actually to the first floor, and it has one of the oldest running tracks on campus, as well as a lot of fitness equipment, which is really handy for the students living on campus. And now across from Dodge Fitness Center, if you turn around, that's when you'll see the iconic Hungry Lion of Columbia University. Let's go get a closer look. Okay, so here we are at the Scholars Lion. So this is another really famous photo shoot area once you graduate, as some people even climb up onto the statue to take a photo with it just because it meant so much. As you can tell, it's on the skinnier side, but that is a representation for starving and hunger for knowledge that Columbia University represents. So it's a very cool statue, and I think people just like the lion mascot as well. Fun fact, actually the Scholars Lion merely beat a lamb when Columbia University officials were deciding what the mascot of Columbia University should be. And I am more than happy that they chose a lion, because I think that represents our culture the most, and I think it's just a really cool animal to have on campus and representing your school. So across from Scholars Lion that we just saw, something really cool that we're in front of right now is the chemistry department. And one thing that's really cool is that they actually filmed Spider-Man 2 and 3 here, where they filmed the in-classroom scenes because they have one of the more traditional and old-style classrooms. So yeah, it's a iconic landmark. And then right next to the chemistry department, we're actually in front of the mathematics department. And so they have their own lawn, and here there's always events during the summertime, club fair, and also just student resources that show up here to give out resources that are really useful, especially during those midterm seasons. Now let's head out and let's go back to the alma mater and check out Low Library and the steps at Low Library. So now we're back to the alma mater, and this wraps up our Columbia University tour as we're back at Low Library, and we're in front of the steps where a lot of graduate students take their photos. As you can tell, it is one of the nicest spots on campus. So right across from Low Library is our alma mater, and the alma mater represents the university. And fun fact, if you're able to find the owl hidden in her robe, that means you'll get accepted into Columbia University. So let me know if you find it in the comments. And now wrapping up with Butler Library in the back, I want to thank you for watching this video and following me on this Columbia University tour. And Richard will see you in his next video. Thank you, everyone.